So my name is Liv Rondeau. I'm Mohawk, Wolf Clan. My family comes from Akwesasne, Mohawk territory. I'm mixed heritage, so my mom is Kanyen'kehá and my dad is a settler. I grew up in the Niagara region and moved to Kingston about 4 years ago. And at that time I started pursuing my heritage language, which is Kanyen'kehá. So traditionally, the Ojibwe, or the words before all else, is recited by men in our community. And we would use it when we're starting in ceremony or starting a gathering. The point of the Ojibwe is to bring our minds together as one and express our gratitude for everything in creation. And so it really is an expression of our relationship to the world around us, but also a way for us to show gratitude to everything that Creator created. I think it's important because we're seeing so many of the things in creation either going extinct, being polluted, being harmed by humans. And so I think it's important to understand what responsibilities we have on the land as human beings to all of creation and to show that gratitude. And so that might be, offering tobacco to the water, offering tobacco to the land that you're on, whether that be the trees or the grasses, and just recognizing that creation's not only what you can see in front of you, but everything around us. So even the bugs and the dirt and all the way up to the stars and the sun and the moon and everything that works together to help provide a sustainable environment for us to live in. We really are, even though we're the occupants of the land was here first. Whenever I'm out in nature or, working outside or doing things on the land, I always try to use Kanyen'kehá as much as I can because I really believe that all of our relations can understand and hear what I'm saying when I'm using our original languages. And so I really feel that by using the language and talking to all of our relations, whether that be the trees or the grasses or the bugs or anything like that, that we're building a relationship and a connection, and that we're also using the original languages that we've been taught.
Ani bojo, beje guabshke mangan gwetagabo Indigenous meanwa Debsianamandago, Wikwemikong, Penetangwashin meanwa Henvey First Nation and Dunjaba, Tratnandao, Anishinaabe Koi Ode. So I said I'm originally from Penetangwashin and Henvey First Nation, and that I have an Anishinaabe heart. So my background is actually Metis and Ojibwe. For me, the Honorable Harvest is, first of all, being respectful. We are in a reciprocal relationship with all of our plant relatives, and we do not take without giving something. So if, for example, I am going to pick blueberries, I bring tobacco with me, and when I come to the first plant, I talk to that plant, I offer it tobacco, and then I can go and pick berries, knowing that I've started this relationship. But also part of the Honorable Harvest is that we only take what we need, and we also never take from the first plant. If I'm walking along and I see one little patch of blueberries and that's all of the blueberries in that area, I do not take blueberries from that area. I let those blueberries turn to seed, and then so that patch can continue to grow.
My name is Joseph Pitawanakwat. I'm from Wikwemikong on Manitoulin Island. And for the past 13 years, I guess, me and my wife have been learning and teaching about Anishinaabe, about all of our plant medicines. So the Honorable Harvest is like an idea that is woven into every component of the work that we do. Reciprocity is one of the most important components of an honorable harvest, because when you're giving gifts back as well as receiving gifts, you're engaged in a relationship with that other being, whether it's a person or a plant. And so reciprocity, or your ability to reciprocate, is the foundation of an honorable harvest. When you are entering into a relationship with a plant, it begins in the same way as your relationship with any other person. So you have to learn and listen and act the best that you can. So when you're looking at plants, they all have gifts to offer. They're showing you what these gifts are. Every time you walk past them, all of these plants are telling you a story, and they're giving you an opportunity to connect and listen and learn. We call this plant boyak. Is white ash, or Fraxinus americanus, and this plant is teaching us how it can help us, a gift that it has to be able to allow us to live to our fullest potential. And so what we use this medicine for is to deter rattlesnakes, to keep rattlesnakes away from us. And so we'll hang it from our ankles, we'll put it inside of our magzanan, we'll put it around our camp if we're camping somewhere. But I think the most important thing is that ash is what's used to create the tiknagan, our cradle boards. That's where we put our children. Before they have the capacity to understand that a snake is dangerous, that board will keep all of those snakes away.
Smudging is a cleanse. So smudging is taking either one of our 4 sacred medicines, or a combination of a few of them, or all 4 sacred medicines, and the sacred medicines being tobacco, sage, sweetgrass, and cedar, and lighting them just to make smoke, and using it to cleanse our minds, our bodies, our souls, our emotions, before we start to do important work, or at the beginning of the day, or at the end of the day, to cleanse ourselves. When I'm doing my smudge, I'm being cleansed of burdens, and I'm opening up my heart and my mind to learn new things. It's so I guess it's a cleansing and an opening. It's a preparation. So I start by cleaning my hands, and then I will bring the smudge up to my mouth and nose to be able to breathe in, to cleanse my body inside, and also to cleanse my voice, so that when I'm going to be speaking, I'm only going to be speaking kind words. So I bring it to my throat also to help me with doing the kind words. I bring smoke to my heart so that I approach everyone I see with love, and that I look at them with my heart instead of with my eyes.
So I'm Tayohseron. Nikki Auten is my English name. My Mohawk name is The Winters Are Coming This Way. And so I've been involved with corn specifically since about 2015 in a project I was involved with in Peterborough. And through that project have become more involved with growing and seed knowledge and seed saving, and just learning from a wonderful network of largely Indigenous and some of my very close non-Indigenous grower friends. When we use the tobacco in harvest, we're just putting a small amount down to give thanks. We also do that when we plant, because there has to be some give back, right? Where our story says that tobacco come from Skyworld with that first woman that fell. That's one of the plants she brought with us. So that tobacco is directly connected to our ancestors still in the sky world, to all those spirits in the sky world. And so when we hold that tobacco and we put our gratitude into that, and then that goes right back to sky world. That's the teaching that I have around that. And so those ancestors recognize that we're still doing our original instructions of giving thanks for the things here on earth that we've been given. A lot of times if I'm having struggle, I'll take a minute to burn tobacco and just give those struggles over to spirit and whatever they can do with that, like, so that I can let it go. Because one of the hardest things as humans, we have a hard time letting go of stuff, you know? And so by using that tobacco in that way, and maybe we don't burn it, maybe we would just offer it on the ground, and we just ask the earth to take that struggle. But we also use it in ceremony. You know, we use tobacco in ceremony. Whenever we give thanks, we offer tobacco. And we often burn the tobacco so that that smoke carries that gratitude back to sky world. I also use it to ask people for help as a sort of a reciprocal action in asking for help. And so if I need knowledge about a thing, if I don't know about a plant, I might go and ask somebody for using a tobacco tie. Some people will accept that and some people will not. Some people say, I don't need a tobacco tie, it's fine, but it's not what I need. And that's okay too.